Her photo was right there. Maybe I could have another look. Just one more try. I know it's pointless, but I need to do it. The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind. Serena, why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember?
Всем привет, уважаемые друзья, это называется игра Serena, то есть Serena. Это Инди-Хоррор.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream. So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this.
К сожалению, если я нажму Yes или там еще что-то, то моя игра выкидывает.
The smell of old books is intoxicating. What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell.
Начал играть сразу, потому что она такая игра и абсолютно, естественно, бесплатная.
Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin. So many afternoons spent in this armchair. Somewhere in here, in our private refuge, there must be something that reminds me of her. Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niav of the ice blue eyes. Blue eyes. It's based on an Irish folktale. Warrior poet O'Sheen goes to Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise. Niamh is of the Fey folk, the fair ones, fairies. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, something draws me to this trunk. Is it we use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside. Our refuge from the world. A place of warmth and passion. Quite a large arm. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect. She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. She is fairly religious. Not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us. she was special.
Mhm.
Contradictory. She didn't mind these. Actually, I think she was into them too.
That looks interesting. We can always try it.
I read it for the articles, of course. Like that one by the guy. That one about the thing. I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. Erotic, not obscene. It's a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural calm surrounding the area. They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's.
Да, к сожалению, здесь русского языка абсолютно нету. Здесь она единственный язык. Опа.
These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare?
Опа.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it. And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back, and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
Serena, да.
I miss her so much. How is it possible that I can't remember her face? I should look around some more. I have to remember her face. The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one. No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here. She made this with her own hands. She was really good. I better stay in case Serena comes back. It's too painful. I want to, but we found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. but this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked.
Здесь, значит, здесь где-то нужно что-то сделать. Так.
Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were reading. A curious set. This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers. I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. There's always a chance she might return. There's nothing for me out there. This door has been creaking for years, one of the many things I promised I would fix. I'm not sure why, but maybe later. Maybe later. Don't think Serena would approve of me make. For some reason, light bulbs wouldn't last long in this lamp. I never looked into it. She always thought our relationship was a blessing. God, how I miss her. No longer the cynical asshole, I guess. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out. I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. She's beautiful. I needed some incentive. Something good left in... She's beautiful. I needed some incentive to go... Something good left in this world. They still make... She's beautiful, but... I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time... Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. She's beautiful, but what's her obsession with dolphins? The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her... We did have a night prep. I never noticed it before, but we also have a key for the outhouse. but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one comes here anyway. Comme une évidence, Serena's favorite perfume. There's a strand of blonde hair in the comb. Yes, blonde hair like sun rays. I'm remembering. What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke? She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere. Nor hers. I used it too, when shaving. There's only an outhouse, and for some reason, whoever erected the rickety thing didn't think to include wall-to-wall mirrors, so this came in handy. Should I dust for fingerprints? I might if I were in a detective story. Pretty shambolic, isn't it? The organization of its contents isn't much better. It'd be a shame to say we're fashionistas.
Dearest, how do I say any? And then you toppled us on.
Забавно. Вообще выходить нельзя, что ли? Да?
I have this gut feeling that there's nothing for me. This door has been creaking for years. One of the many things I promised I would fix. This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right? This one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece.
You always put too much salt in, dear. Think about your pressure.
Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland.
Would you pass me the pepper? You know, you should use it too. It's good for the pressure.
It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, Our host that night used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. My love. Why? I might just as well stay here. I should really stay. I'm so tired anyway. As always, I automatically went to the window side, and she took the one by the armoire. Some of her scent still lingers. How long has it been, I wonder? I can't tell. And I miss her so much.
Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you're feeling lost.
Опа. Я даже ничего не нажимал.
The things she said to me in the letter, in our life before things went wrong. Did she ever mean them? Is there anything worse than beautiful memories turning to dust? I know it's my general state of mind, but I feel even...
Be honest. Does this dress show too much cleavage? I want only one pair of eyes on me.
How I miss her naked back when she was standing by this armoire. The perfect curve of her neck. Her firm bottom. Maybe later. There's nothing of it. I'm a casual dresser. No need to change clothes right now. I prefer the darkness inside right now. I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't leave just yet. There's nothing for me out there. That ticking, it never stops. I've wasted so much time in my life. Did I ever take a break to show her how much I truly cared? The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync. Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. What's the matter with me? I can't seem to remember even ordinary things. When was the last time we made love? I should leave the keys here until she comes back, because I know she will.
Where are you going?
I said I'd be back, and here I am. I did come back. We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway. I never noticed it before, but there's a tiny crack in it. Well, it's a hairline fracture. I still remember when this thing smelled of fresh paint. How did I miss everything getting dinkier, more worn? We should have renewed our life somehow, but money was always so tight. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. The last thing I need now is to see myself in the mirror. I must look awful. How could I possibly forget the color of her hair like that? She was my girl with the sun in her hair. I liked to watch her comb her hair before she came to bed, but that was so long ago. At some point, I just stopped. Maybe if I go to sleep, I will wake up. There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. This door has been creaking for years, one of the many things I promised I would fix. All those moments we sat at this table, laughing, smiling, or simply looking in each other's eyes. Will we have them again someday? Someone said, work and love are the only things that ever really happen to us. Was it Freud or Marilyn Monroe? Did I let my work destroy my love? Writing was so all-consuming for me, yet I made so little headway in all this time. It all seems so meaningless now, drained of everything that made it worth reading in the first place. Years passed, no tears fell, no death knell reached the golden time works differently in the other world. She's gone, and even then I just keep reading. But it's always been my way of looking for answers, processing information. I can think of worse ways. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. I feel like I don't even have the strength to lift the lid. What once gave me so much joy now fills me with... We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. It's different. But that just... It can't be different. Am I going mad? Somehow she looks sadder than I remembered. Could I really have been so wrong about that night? She's angry now. Part of me realizes I should be more shocked by this, but for some reason, I just feel numb, beyond it. She was lying to me and manipulating me all the time. Why did I let her do that? I should do everything she wore, just to lure me in. A part of me still thinks she'll forgive me and come back, but I've lost all of it. I'm the one who should have been scowling. She played me like a harp and made me look like a complete idiot. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. Tried to be charitable with her, but what did it get me? Honestly, she could rarely carry a tune, so her humming habit got on my nerves. My wife has no indulgence given except what comes to her from heaven. We eat little, we drink less. This earth breeds not our happiness. William Blake.
Бутылка вина.
Sit down. We need to talk.
When did it go so wrong? This was supposed to be a... We weren't supposed to fight here.
You just don't get it, do you? You never do.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. It's like looking into my own soul right now. Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. Her jewelry box. It's a shrine to naivety. I don't see anything else of
I
value.
sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell to the ones who brought me to this world. I see the smiling couples on their way to new adventures and think, that used to be us. We had joy and laughter and friends once, but a memory is not the thing itself. You're very good at letting things you don't want to face slip off you. You continue as if nothing has changed, lost in your own lifeless world. Words and dreams may be enough for you. You know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon. I question how I once saw things. How much of what I thought we had were my own feelings, and how much of your manipulation, because you are so very good with words, aren't you? You knew how to use them when we met, and for the longest time, I went along with the romantic whirl you conjured up around our shabby, isolated existence. Oh, it took me long enough to see it for what it was. And there were these moments that you swept me off on foolish flights of fancy, when I threw myself into your fantasies. You wove your spell, plying me with your magic and with wine in equal measure, and I was taken in like the lost little girl I was. Do you realize all the pain you've caused me? They say if you have to ask whether someone loves you, you already know the answer. Protestations to the contrary can no more convince me any more than I can make my own mother or father draw breath again. Your aloofness tells a different story. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me in my time of need, something broke. Or maybe it happened long ago, but I never saw it so clearly before, even after everything. I don't make you feel comfortable? Really? That's all you have to say? I won't waste any more life waiting for things that'll never come. Of course, that's what you expect me to do. Play the good wife so no one will laugh at you for being the failure you are, to shield you from the truth of your existence. Lost in your books and vapid verse, blithely drifting into the mists of time, as if not even a footnote when you could be raking at it if you'd only used your words for anything other than personal indulgence. You talked and talked about your path, the winter blueness of my eyes, all that nonsense, and the years rolled by, the seasons came and went, on, you pursuing your dreams that will never be, lost in your damned words, looking for clues you'll never find. I'm sure you're doing it even now with your rotting books. You took the best years of my life, and gave only empty words in return. We've gone as far as we can, and something's got to give. S.
I should just destroy this useless junk, but not even the venom inside me gives me strength. I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Понятно. Каждая фотография или ее выражение лица меняется не сразу. А со временем, скажем так. Но это мое мнение.
Not even these violent impulses give me the strength I need to open the armoire. What is wrong with me? Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. It's finally sinking in. She's not coming back. Nothing in this cabin will ever change again unless it's by my hand. The stains on this bed suddenly make me mad. Angry even.
Забавно. И очень странно. Так.
That incessant noise. I should smash this useless antique to pieces right now. It can't keep the time for 5 minutes straight. chimes completely at random and never stops making that infernal noise. But hey, guess who thought it was so cute? How could I have been so blind? I can't even bear to look at my face, doting on her hair like a... She never all she cared about was herself. I torture myself. My thoughts are all over the place. Get it together, damn it.
Where are you going? Oh, that's rich. Just run away.
I just needed to blow off steam, to be somewhere else, just for a while. But I can't even remember what we argued about.
Опа. Или мне показалось, что часы сдвинулись. По-прежнему не поменялось.
I'm too upset to even think straight. I remember how happy these made her. She smiled. That wonderful smile. Her wedding ring or mine? But what is it doing here? Oh, please, no. It's hers. I can't believe she would just leave it here. Where the hell is she? No. It can't be true. No. No, I didn't do it. I need to wake up from this nightmare. I hate her. I must have gifted these to make amends or something. Or did I? Did I ever gift her anything? All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. She loved her trinkets more than she loved me, right? I couldn't care less about this damn thing. All the real color faded from it long ago. Do I deserve to be forgiven? What about all the things she did and all the things she said?
Words and dreams may be enough for you, but you know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon because I've had enough.
Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember?
Do you realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving.
My God.
The bulldozers are coming.
What is this?
in a minute.
It can't.
Don't worry.
It isn't.
You spent much time here.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time?
Fire will do it.
It's been
No.
months since you-
No! This isn't happening!
Вот это поворот.
My face. What's happened to my face? Is this my punishment?
Took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self.
Ее, значит, муж умер. Здесь, получается, муж мертв, жена осталась.
Don't worry. It's all covered. You spent much time here.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time?
Fire will do it.
It's been months since you- Fine. Give me the
Those noises sound like more than one person. Who can it
Do
be?
you realize how stupid
police?
this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Fire will do it.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time? It's been months since you...
Don't worry. It's all covered. He spent much time here.
Fine. Give me the kerosene. Oh shit! We forgot your... Fuck! It was so stupid to leave it. Why did you do that?
Can you calm down? I couldn't bear to wear it any longer. It's in a safe place. We'll pick it from the ashes.
No! Not like this! Please! No!
Вот такая игра у нас получается. Я прошел его даже полную версию, то есть полностью до конца прошел события. Оказывается, жена убила своего мужа. И получилось так, что тот самый детектив тоже сгорел дотла.